So guys, today I'm going to just spend a few minutes on the currency pair, Australian dollar against the USD. All right, you can see I have a daily chart open. All right, what we can see happening here is the beginning of what I would like to hope is an uptrend. All right, if I zoom out just a bit and I pan the screen, we can see that the market has been moving bullish overall on this Australian USD pair. All right. If I plot a trend line from here, you can see all the way up to here. We can follow that uptrend. All right. Granted, we have in the shorter term been moving in somewhat of a downward fashion. All right, and I can draw the counter trend line here to come down this way, right? You can see that coming down from the top, and you can see we have a pattern formed there, right? Which is ideal for identifying a breakout, right? Or playing the breakout strategy as a quite popular strategy in Forex trading. All right. Now, funny enough, if I told you this was not how I saw it before I started doing this video, yeah? That's funny enough. And that just goes to show that you can look at the market at different points and times and within the same day and see different things, you know, because the market keeps moving. And of course, as we know, it does not move in one direction. All right, the market can either go up, it can go down, or it can actually just move sideways or consolidate, as we would say. So the breakout strategy would say that from where price is now, whichever direction it breaks out of this pennant, right? Sorry, I started drawing a line in error, right? Whatever direction price breaks out of this formation, so I'll just do it here. So you can see if we break out above here, we'll expect to see retracement to test this area, the breakout level, before we start to see the price pushing higher. All right, so that would be one possibility that we could see happening from where price is. All right, now the other thing we can see happening, right, we could also see a bearish breakout, which would mean that price would come down, break below structure, push back up to test, just like it did to go the other way, to go bullish. All right, and these are just principles of the strategy here, guys, you know, and it requires patience. And then we would probably see price fall down to this level. Let's make this one red, but this is bearish. All right, so this is what we would refer to in the Forex trading realm as playing the breakout strategy. All right, now we can also see, if I pan the screen like this, we can see and verify that we have higher highs and higher lows being formed. All right, sorry, just bear with me while I just trying to get the right size of the screen to show you for the illustration. All right, so we can see, if I come and I plot an arrow here, we can see that's a high, that's a low, sorry. I haven't done a video for some time, guys. I had to, you know, take some time off the charts. Well, not off the charts really, but, you know, I had to personalize my approach to the charts a bit, as opposed to thinking about sharing it. You know, as a Forex trader, once you learn this thing, this trading skill, this lifetime skill. You know, you go through different phases of your growth, you know. I mean, and to say that, what I mean is the way how I began learning to trade Forex from a good friend of mine, the person who taught me, is not the way that I trade now. It's not the same strategy that I use now. You know, I've adapted in so many ways, and sometimes it requires a bit of isolation, you know, so that you can focus on your principles and ensure that you're doing everything right. You know, so that you avoid losing money, right? You don't want to lose money, right? So we have a low here. I'm just going to clone this, right? And then I'm going to clone this. So we have a low. You can see here we have a higher low, right? Because it's higher than this. This point is higher than this point is higher than this point here, right? And then I'm going to clone this again. And I believe we have forming here a new higher low, right? Okay. Bear with me. I hope you're understanding what we're doing here. So we have a low, we have a higher low. Right now this is, I'm just trying to be so, I usually would just put HWHL, right? So we have a higher low here. And then we have another higher low here. So we can see that the market is showing that it wants to move in a bullish direction, right? It wants to continue moving in a bullish direction. Now, this is given the fact that, as I identified before, with the current structure that we have, you can see price break in any direction, right? But we're following the trend. And the trend says that where you have price giving you action in a particular direction or in a certain angle, whether it be, you know, upwards or downwards. And for example, let's say we have the trend line here. We have 1, 2, 3 tests of the trend line, although only till the time it didn't come quite down to the trend line, but we can still see that it's following the low, higher low, and higher low formula, right? This can be identified even as an ABCD pattern. So this will be an A, and we would have the B, the pullback for the C, and then the D, right? Now we have a D because D must take out the B, right? For this to be a D, it must be higher than this last high, which would have been the B, right? So we can see that we have that happening here. So we could have played an ABCD pattern inside there as well, right? There's also a M formation, right? That we can see we have the left, then we come down into the center, then we go up from the center, and then we have the right arm of the M. All right, so there's so many different interpretations of the candlestick formations and what you can actually see when you get on the charts. Okay, so that's why it's important to find a strategy and just stick to that. You know, when you try to mix it up too much, it can become confusing and it can cause you to lose some money. So this is a patience game, guys. At this point in time on the Aussie USD, although I am bullish, right, and to be honest, I'm already holding a position where you see the yellow line. I'm still waiting to see the breakout to really go in bigger on my position. All right. So as I always said, guys, you know, we can't do this thing without it. It's such an important ingredient, right? And patience is actually one of the things or the skills that I had to really hone in on in a big way, you know, and really accept that, hey, I can't do this if I don't have the patience. If I can't hold this, then I'm not placing this trade. If I'm not comfortable with the risk, you know, first and foremost, I'm not, you know, I'm not getting into it. If, you know, we have a saying in Forex Trader, it's better to be out of a trade wishing that you were in than to take a position or jump in a trade, you know, and then wish that you didn't get in. You wish you could have, you know, gotten out without the loss, You know, so we want to be measured in your approach and understand that it requires patience. All right, so this is my short clip on my outlook of the Australian dollar against the USD today. I am expecting that we can see a breakout of this pennant and then a test before a further push up. But at this point in time, anything can happen. The market will do what it wants. All right. So thank you for tuning in, guys. Have a wonderful day. See you guys on the next video. The next video will most likely be a follow-up of this, or it may be analysis for another currency pair or a cryptocurrency pair. All right. So take care, guys. Leave it out.